Tonight on Pure Country Reacts, we're back to our Run BTS episodes, and Lexi's gonna have to explain what we're about to do because I don't even know why it got lined up that way, but explain what we're about to do, Lexi.
We're gonna do episodes 39 and 41, but no, episode 40 is a New Year's episode and was pushed in between them, so we're gonna have to do the New Year's episode after 39 and 41. Which is this episode. So,
we're doing episode
39
and 41 because those two episodes actually go together. And is it 41 that's probably one of my favorites?
41's your favorite.
41 is one of my top favorites
and
for
Run
T Best. I do have the shirt. Y'all have, I don't know if you pay attention sometimes, like today, it's the Exorcist shirt, horror fan. And other times, I have a shirt that is for this episode specifically, and I'm not going to tell you what it is when we come to it, then I'll go ahead and fill you in. You'll have to pay attention because I do wear it sometimes. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our BTS.
Hobie's already cracked it up.
It's 5 spins.
I can't do 5 spins without getting dizzy.
I've never gotten too old to spins.
제가 고등학교 때 얼마나 촌스러웠냐.
What's so tacky in high school?
Don't say that. I have a besties with you, honestly, because I'm with the outside crowd.
Now,
자, 오늘은 달려라 방탄의 주제는
Golden Bell.
여기서 파격 제한 들어갑니다.
Okay, first place
제 데스크탑을 드립니다.
will be awarded his desktop.
But what if you're the winner then? Didn't you just keep it?
Exactly.
파이팅 넘친다.
So he's just gonna buy himself another one. He's just gonna give you the hand-me-down.
Well, it seemed like Jim and Hobie were all for it.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a free computer.
Yeah.
A 32-inch monitor.
With a desk, too.
하나씩 한 편에 하나씩.
So, are they gonna do?
Winner takes all.
Okay, so he's gonna do penalty too.
Of course.
뭐 할까?
승복해야죠.
Cookie, don't be too mean.
다 같이 가는 거 아니야? 벌칙 다 걸려가지고.
They always want to do mountain climbing.
나눠보세요.
I mean, I get it's exercise, but it's freezing.
Typically.
Hey.
Okay, looks like
So
there's
there's two
team
teams, A
A.
and Team B.
Yep, A and B.
강상김.
Okay, coming up with a name.
나 강훈입니다.
Gangoon Kim.
Because they're all Kims.
저는 김영재.
What's Gangoon?
I could tell you, but I think they wanted their last name to be part of the team
The
names.
Kims. Okay, so we're the Kim brothers. Okay.
Yeah, all Kims.
Okay.
정방 좋은데?
And it's Sugar, Hobie, and Jimin on the other team.
잘 나눠진 것 같아요. 팀 밸런스.
세 번째 게임이 딱 끝난 시점에서 전국이 적는 걸로 하겠습니다. 어떤 팀을 하실지.
Why is Jungkook deciding this? I've missed something somewhere.
And maybe it's because he gave them
Since he was coming up with the grand prize.
the grand prize of his desktop, might as well come up with penalty too.
Okay.
첫 번째 게임은
And I don't think he's come up with a penalty yet either, so they might as well give him a shot.
no.
Well,
Everybody else is scared of heights.
시작해 주시죠.
okay, so ooh.
You-
너무 멋있습니다.
레디.
Alright.
지금 어때요?
좋습니다.
So
밥 먹었습니다. 어땠어요?
맛있지.
It's good.
그래요?
so is he the MC? He's the MC. Okay, I got it.
얼굴이 마음에 듭니다.
진짜요?
모든 게 마음에 들죠.
식사는 하셨나요?
오늘 아침에 먹고 왔습니다.
오늘 날씨 좋죠?
아, 좋은 것 같은데?
얼마나요?
많이.
정말요?
충분히 나왔거든요.
Sugar's so awkward.
패딩 벗은 건가?
방어 잘 성공했어. 방어 성공.
책 많이 읽으세요?
Are they already playing a game?
있습니다.
Somewhat, I guess it's a warm up.
1위라고 생각해요.
Okay.
저는 외모 1위입니다.
왜요?
I guess
잘생겼기
you gotta get
때문에.
used to how he does
정말
MC.
잘생겼습니다.
오야 멤버들 세다.
근데 이거 1위 안 끝나겠는데? 너무 잘하는데?
패딩 입어서 그런가라고.
되질문하긴 했어요. 아 그렇네. 의문문인가?
아니 그런 가.
And why is that part of the thing?
I don't know.
MC의 생각은 어때요? 선생님 너무 정신 없어서 그런 거 신경 쓸 겨를이 없었어요.
Because Sugar and J-Hope don't have on a jacket, everybody else does.
가위바위보만
They may be a little warm weathered for everybody else.
저게 있잖아요. 뽑아놨잖아요. 아 맞네. 오케이. 그럼 MC는 제가 보는 거.
Okay,
So now they're gonna give it to Jim.
he's gonna be the MC again.
Because Cookie's not comfortable with it.
여기서
Yes.
눈을 피하지 맙시다.
So So are you going to change the Kim name since there's a
첫 번째
Jung in there?
게임은 자, 예 아니요.
Or Jeon?
yes or no
Probably not.
게임입니다.
yes or no 게임.
Jeon Kim.
yes 아니면 no. 예
You
아니요가
can't, yes or
대답으로
no, you lose.
나오면
Okay, so you can't say yes or no to the question.
맞는 걸 해줘야
Okay.
뭔가 질문에 대받아치면
Can you say derivatives of the answer? Because you never know what they're going to say. Do you have to actually say yes,
Yes or
and no,
no.
only? Or can you say derivatives of yes
Did they
and
say
no?
you could, or is that your question?
That's my question.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing is, you'd have to know all these rules before doing a game with their producers.
Exactly.
치면 안 됩니다. 그럼 탈락이에요. 뿅망치를 맞은 사람은 아웃인가요? 오케이. 눈을 안 피하는 걸로. 오케이, 자 가겠습니다.
Can't believe
MC
that's his
마음에 드세요? 마음에 듭니다. 어떻게
I don't look
하면
at
어떤
people's eyes
건가요?
because it makes me uncomfortable.
잘생긴 것 같습니다.
아 갑자기 잘생긴 게 왜 나와요?
그냥 나오죠?
It just popped out.
대답을 못했어요.
아니.
It was a statement.
아 이거 바꾸면 뭐예요? 미안하다.
그냥 나오죠?
저리 가. 2초 아 그것 때문에 그것. RMC 제가 월드와이드 핸섬인 거 인정하십니까?
매우 인정합니다.
어떻게 제 외모에 대해 설명을 해주세요.
일단 눈이 정말 초롱초롱 빛나십니다.
지민 씨. 왜 물어보시죠? 아직 아무것도 안 물어봐요.
왜 물어보시죠?
He ain't asked anything yet, though, so you can't really say that.
이렇게 하니까 헷갈리네.
정국 씨 이렇게 하는 겁니다.
알겠습니다.
알겠나요?
알겠습니다.
오케이. 자 들어갑니다. 이름이 뭐죠?
김남준입니다.
왜죠?
김남준이라고 어머니께서 지어주셨어요.
어머니가 정말 잘 지어주셨네.
나 아버지 아저씨인 줄 알았지.
윤기 씨.
You can't say yes.
잘 보라고. 예능은 이렇게 하는 거야. 첫 번째 게임을 살리잖아 내가.
결국 본인이 살 거야?
예능은 이렇게 하는 거라고.
결국
알겠어?
본인 칭찬이야?
The perfect response would have. The perfect response for Sugar would have been is like Yoongi. You
Yeah.
should have said Seokjin.
Or he could have said here, present.
President.
말을 안 걸었었죠. 그렇습니다. 왜 안 걸었겠어요?
Or say I hear you.
They play some weird games sometimes.
Well, Jin is long-winded versus everybody else, so
And I think his mind works like really, really fast.
yeah, he always has the mind of somebody who's hyper. Like he has like a hyper mindset. It's constantly going and going and
And he
going.
seems to be pretty quick-witted too. He can come back immediately with
Yeah, and
something.
he talks fast sometimes too. So that's why I think he's one of these people who I think is mentally hyper.
Could be.
일렬로 쓰세요. 이거 안 때렸어.
Oh,
아, 우리는
that's a little hard.
이런 사람으로서 첫 번째 게임을 살린.
그렇지.
형님 덕분에 살아났습니다. 첫 번째 게임.
예능 119라고 불러줘.
감독님 첫 번째 게임 끝난 거예요?
진 거야 우리가.
김영재에서
Sounds really like the first game.
The Kim brothers lacking one Kim.
I like it. Look, is that the whole name?
I guess.
자, 두 번째 게임은
We are one.
하나입니다. 저도
Okay.
처음입니다.
Oh, I think I remember this one.
아우 좋습니다. 예.
진짜
He's really reading.
He didn't know the rules.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
having to read the rules just in case. It's almost like they all have to know it at the same
두
time.
번째
And do
게임은 우리는
Okay.
correct thing.
하나입니다. 자, 따라해보세요. 우리는
우리 하나입니다.
우리는 하나다.
자, 첫 번째 문제 나가겠습니다. 방탄소년단 최근 앨범 Love Yourself 허 중에서
This album
국내 파트 한 소절을 부르시오.
박민정.
하루 여름
오케이.
겨울 DNA 아니야.
아, 진짜.
우리 소리 따라와. 이 노래를 따라와.
오케이.
걱정하지 말라.
오케이.
우리 완전 달라.
아니잖아.
박민정.
It's the same thing.
이제 2절에 2.
똑같은
I'm lost.
I don't get it.
Yeah, look, Sugar's like,
그 정국이랑 태연이가 같이 부르는 거기. 그럼 바로 이어서 두 번째.
Didn't get it.
우리 다 타오르면 뭐가 남죠?
제가 난
자, 제로 끝나는 단어를 말하시오. 전정국 먼저 말했습니다.
산재.
화재.
소재.
정답.
But hold on. So they didn't really name them the Jungkook
바로 이어서
team,
두 번째.
but he yelled his name. But you have to yell at your team name.
team's name, yeah.
자, 제로 끝나는 단어를 말하시오. 전정국 먼저 말했습니다.
You're looking in their direction. Hello.
소재.
정답.
That's the thing is, you didn't name them the Jungkook team. You still named them the Kim team, like in one Kim. Unless y'all did it without my knowledge.
여러분, 먹을 거 좋아해요.
You look on this side. That way you can call on them.
음식이 들어가는 종류의 이름을 말하세요.
박정민. 박민정.
이름 좀 똑바로 말하세요. 3, 2, 1.
누구?
전영우.
못생긴 토마토.
다음.
당근성.
다음.
우유성.
정답.
아니, 제목만 말하면 되는 거예요?
내가 제목만 안 했잖아.
아니 시작을 못해 얘가.
먹어 체인지 체인지
답답해요 진짜.
Hubby, I think you made me last time.
웬만하면 완패 나올 수 있겠다. 뭐 시작이라도 해라 야 좀.
Just started off at least. Okay.
잘한다. 혹시 PC 받으면 한 번만 쓰게 해줘.
They'll let you use it, hon. It's not a big thing.
혹시 방탄소년단 노래 중에서 뭐가 제일 좋아요?
역시 이 아우트로 허 아니겠습니까?
아우트로 허 좋죠. 자, 그럼 문제 나가겠습니다. 방탄 노래 중에 가사에 방탄이 들어가는 소절을 부르시오.
박민정.
박민정.
시작을 못해.
3, 2,
이런 게 판타스타일.
좋아, 좋습니다. 3, 방탄이란 걸 믿어. 좋습니다. 자, 지경에만
There you go.
음악 입혀놨다.
Swear.
Jimin and Hubby's dancing style is a trip, and then Sugar's just going all
It's
out.
just, he's just a hater.
He's enjoying himself. Now that's good to see
Okay, good.
Sugar enjoying himself.
정말
Exactly.
기분이 좋아서 댄스
They're gonna have 5 points because of Sugar's dance. There you go.
하라고 얘들아 열심히.
댄스 점수는 사실 상관이 없습니다.
Dance points don't really count. It's recreational points.
다음 문제 들어가겠습니다. 남준 씨,
네.
숫자송 아시나요?
일주일에도 안 보이면 이렇게 터졌네.
3,
3초는 어떻게 기다려. 야야야야.
4,
사랑해 널 사랑해.
5,
노래를 말할 거야.
6.
말할 거야.
분위기 깨졌으니까 문제 나가겠습니다. 방탄 노래 중에
박민정, 방탄소년단 둘 셋.
8989.
아 됐어. 전주구.
아니 전영구.
파리.
아니
끝까지 들어.
You guys need to listen to the question.
아 진짜 선배님 죄송합니다.
방탄소년단 노래 중에 숫자가 들어간 노래 제목을
둘
말하세요.
셋. 둘 셋. 박정민, 박민정.
박민정.
방탄소년단 둘 셋.
둘 셋. 1, 2, 3. 전정국.
둘 셋.
둘 셋.
윌리언.
윌리언.
파트 3. 윌리언.
정확한 이름을
Didn't say it clearly. I'm gonna go Sugar dance.
사이퍼 파트 1. 둘 셋.
They stole that one.
Look at Sugar. Oh, Jimin's enjoying himself. I hope he. And Jimin's looking at him like, what are you doing?
사이버부터 사이버 파트 3가 나오다 했는데.
바로 문제 나가겠습니다.
네.
Alright.
정국 씨.
네.
가장 좋아하는 색이
What is your favorite color?
저 검정색이요.
그러면
We all have to know that one. And for you said a reddish?
사과.
사과.
홍시.
자두 하세요.
Taga. Remember? Apple.
대봉만 못 봤구나.
I know one Korean word.
야, 너 대봉감 못 봤냐?
Haven't you seen the right one?
광색이죠. 붉은
And
matter.
there's some that's ripe that are red.
Yes.
It's a thing.
Red, purple.
그렇지.
그래 나 빨간색 했으면.
붉은 허.
Yeah, they're reddish.
MC가 내는 넌센스.
Oh, it's the nonsense quiz. And this one is up for debate. Okay.
동생과 형이
It's
싸우다
really
엄마가
easy to
동생
do.
편을 듣는.
It is.
3.
나쁜 세상이요. 편편 땡.
박민정. 자, 박민정. 형편 없는 세상. 자, 아이가 신을 낳았다를 네 글자로 하면
간단하게. 야, 전주구.
네.
형편없는 세상이죠.
뭐래요? 문제 바꿨는데.
전주구.
네, 전정국. 싸움을 제일 잘하는 우리는
언덕.
그거는 놀이고요. 박민정. 싸움을 제일 잘하는 우리는
전주구.
땡.
전주구. 을지문덕.
을지문덕.
을지문덕이야?
That makes no sense.
사자후. 뭔 소리야?
Okay, I thought they were doing the nonsense thing.
싸움을 제일 잘하는
Their
우리는
answers
을지문덕.
are directly related.
Yeah.
사자를 끓이면 사국. 땡. 전정국.
을지문덕.
This really makes no sense.
박민정.
Lost.
박민정. 밤하늘에 떠다니는 유성이 부리는 마술은
가만히 떠다니.
I thought this was a nonsense quiz. Nonsense quiz
Yeah,
is
I
literally.
know.
This is why I sometimes think it's controversial for Jen to be the MC.
Yes.
전정국. 자, 밤하늘에 떠다니는 유성이
Magic
부인
doesn't mean
마술.
it's coming up.
무슨 그거 안 낼 건데. 사자로 국을 끓이면
아 몰라 이거 어떻게 라이온 자자자자 전정국
전정국. 세종대왕이 마시는 우유의 이름은
아야 우유
정답. 네 마리의 고양이가 괴물이 되면 포켓몬. 정답. 사자로 국을 끓이면
왜 마지막에 그게 되니 뭐야 그게
쉬운 겁니다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 황민정. 딸기가 직장을 잃으면
실업자
비슷했어.
딸기
반대로.
네 전정국
전정국. 싫어. 왕이 궁에 가기 싫다는 말은
궁시렁
정답. 차문을 3개 닫으면 안 되는 이유는 차가 망가지니까. 황민정. 석유가 도착한데 걸리는 시간은
아 몰라
자리 바꿔.
I don't get this.
I don't either. Some of them seem like they're the answers for the what was the name of it? The name of the question, the name of the test, the quiz, the game.
가운데 엄마가 동생 편을 드는 세상은 형편없는 세상. 사자로 국을 끓이면
This
사자 뭘까
진짜 궁금해 이거.
황민정
정삼각형 동생의 이름은 정삼각. 정답. 세상에서 가장 지루한 중학교는
로딩 중
석유가 도착하는데 걸리는 시간은
잠깐만
3, 2,
3일 넘으면 오지 않을까 비행기 타고
It's actually days by plane.
비슷해. 전정국. 석유가 도착하는데 걸리는 시간은 잉글리시 5일. 정답. 소나무가 삐지면
I don't get it.
황민정
I don't get this at all.
전정국. 네 마리의 고양이가 괴물이 되면
Turn into a monster.
정답.
Okay, I thought they just did that one. They said Pokemon.
석유가 도착하는데 걸리는 시간은
5 days.
정답.
뭐야
I didn't get that at all.
I was totally lost.
형 사자로 국을 끓이면 뭐예요?
Oh, lion soup, the king of all soups.
세 번째 게임은
Okay.
That's still should have been a nonsense quiz. That wasn't
That's what I was
nonsense.
thinking of nonsense. When it starts. Okay, so we took the time to read how this game is played.
It makes no sense.
We have no words. It makes no sense. So we're just gonna watch, and maybe we'll catch on. Probably won't.
프라이팬 놀이. 윤기 넷. 윤기. 정국 3. 정국. 박수 액션. 박팀.
Hubby, are you good?
박자를 말고
Keep the beat, keep the beat. Okay.
프라이팬 놀이.
남준
Hubby's so
That-
out there.
He is. That is a mouthful.
전팀
전국 넷.
I still lost.
전팀 액션 이렇게
아 근데 나 본명이 너무
We need one of those hammers.
I've been thinking about ordering one for a few months.
아니 난
Not for ourselves.
그 형들
For the other person who lives in
이름
the
좀
house.
불러줘. 여러분 세 판 나왔습니다. 저 투입시켜야 돼요.
우리 먼저 한번 쓰자
그냥 지금 쓸게요. 누구 나오겠어요? 제가 나갈게요.
아니 내가 나가면 안 돼요?
Yeah, go ahead. Sit down, Jim. Okay, no, she was going to. Okay.
제일 편해 나 이거 부르는 게 제일 편해 갑니다
So cool to hold this.
나 제일 편해
Obi.
프라이팬 놀이. 저기 액션. 저기 여기. 박팀이야.
야 전종국만 노래 전종국만
내가 떠.
I am too. I mean,
I really have no idea what's going
I
on.
understand that they're having to say
A certain thing.
they're having to say like their team name, and then they have to say somebody else's name on the other team a certain amount of times, and then that person has to say, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a bunch of name repeating and X amount of times, and then you can change with the MC, and I'm lost on that as well. And then there's attacks. I'm lost on that as
I
well.
just love Hubby's entertainment right now.
We're just gonna enjoy Hobie.
지민. 전팀 액션.
So Jim is at 3.
Oh, hey, mispronounced it.
전팀 액션.
I mean, but some of that stuff is a lot to say 3 times. Or 4 times.
Oh, you told me to put some of the.
쇼팀 액션.
Imitating RM by imitating him. Yeah, RM, just don't say nothing until you're in that position.
정국넷 정 박팀 액션 박팀 정국넷
No, hit him on the head, hit him on the head. He messed up.
Hammer time.
They all messed up. The other 2 didn't say anything. What are you hitting them for?
I guess they were the losers. Still, I don't know. I'm very lost.
I don't get it. All 3 of them were supposed to say that, but only RM did, so the other 2 should have gotten whacked on the head.
Unless it was correct. Who knows?
Yeah, they were all supposed to say R. They didn't.
저팀 액션 석진 셋
Hey, you mess up in your own game.
I'm telling you, it is a mouthful.
안 주면 다 자기 이름을 부르는 거야.
Oh, Hubby's a troop.
내가 어이없이 이겨서 나도 이게 이긴 거
야, 이거 우리가 잘해서 이긴 게 아니야.
이 자리에 뭐가 있네.
왜 가만히 앉아 있었어도 우리가 이긴
Sat
거
here
아니야.
and still won.
박팀 승리.
Even though I don't know how.
I really don't get how anybody wins that game.
야, 음악 이겼다, 음악 이겼다.
Let's say it was 5 rounds. I think everybody kept messing up, and I guess they messed up
I
the least
guess.
amount of times. Jim is looking at him like,
만족하셨나요?
Yeah.
how am I related to you?
뭐 했어요?
자 그러면 바로 이어서
Okay, 4th game.
들어가겠습니다.
Oh,
네
God.
번째 게임은
An old game.
디비디비딥.
Dib-
That makes no sense.
디비디비딥. 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 디비디비딥.
Oh my God.
디비디비딥. 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 디비디비딥.
Hey!
Get him, Hubby.
디비디비딥. 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 디비디비딥.
Okay, so I guess you keep making the same. You keep making a motion until you do something different. You can move on.
Especially rock, paper, scissors, you have like 3 different motions you can do. But you have to do the one that he's not doing.
Right. In 40 seconds. Oh, Lord.
Look at Hubby. He's so good at it.
손을 잡아야 돼요, 얘들아. 어?
내가 봤을 때 호비가 내 움직임을 읽었어.
No. Alright, so they defended themselves 27 times. That's first team.
디비디비딥. 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 뭐야? 디비디비딥. 디비디비딥.
This is
The
hilarious.
leg up and the serious faces they're giving every time they're doing it. It's so silly.
I love it. I love it. It's funny even if I'm lost.
Oh, get it.
디비디비딥. 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 오케이.
야, 우리가 이겼다, 이거. 우리가 이겼다.
Let's see. Okay.
진영이 고생이 많네.
결과가 지금 비슷한 것 같은데.
It was 27.
28. They
By
won
one. By one.
because he's the only one that was good.
That is crazy.
That's horrible. I would feel so horrible if somebody won over me by 1 point. I feel horrible just winning by 1 point.
정국이가
정국이.
Because I mean, we both sucked.
이러다 7명 전부 다 등산 간다니까 나중에.
Mountain climbing. I think we'll all end up going.
I would go just because I wouldn't want you to go by
And
yourself.
Lily and Jimmy, so let's all pack a lunch and go together. Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, would you really want to send somebody by themselves
Exactly.
to the mountains?
Let's divide the penalties and go to the ocean.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better one.
Yeah, at least you don't have to climb anything.
And you don't have to go by yourself.
벌칙은
And going in the water?
바다야. 어디 가든 바다야. 또 가죠?
겨울바다.
자, 어떤 벌칙일까요?
Going to the winter ocean.
내 생각에 바다에서
Well, it's in a mountain climbing.
I would totally agree with that.
등산 갔다가 바다로 가기. 이번 게임은
Can you see my picture?
네, 그림이 보이니?
Golden Bell Part 2.
들어가 있습니다. 바로
And we
맞춰주세요.
found a
아버지가 이긴 거예요?
crisper one.
Crisper, not completely.
Not
but-
completely, but better than what we were looking at for a part 2.
왜 팔은 두껍고
So there'll be 10 words given from what I
못
remember.
앞이 아니에요? 못 앞이?
Yeah, and I guess it's almost like Pictionary or something in a way.
땡! 뭐라고 쓴 거예요, 저기?
He's got to finish the drawing.
전정구 고민
비슷했어요.
전정구 생각
전정국
전정국.
깨달음.
땡. 전정국. 유레카.
박민정. 발견.
땡.
전정국 부러움.
땡.
이제 좀 봅시다.
진영.
I don't think he's finished.
Okay, here, Jen, your drawing is amazing, which is absolutely being facetious.
박민정.
They're always complimenting each other, but come on, we got some stick men here. What was it?
나 자기야 한번 더
Talk rap
보여주세요.
through.
발견.
땡.
I know
전정국
it was that.
부러움.
Envy.
이제 좀 봅시다.
Let's see the drawing. It's stick people.
진짜 그림이
Oh, Cookie said that.
Yes.
밖에 안 써. 왜?
Yeah, it's a stick man.
박민정.
전정국. 전정국.
Go go.
지금 알았어.
Their next go go.
나 자기야 한번 더 보여주세요.
와.
모르겠어요.
근데 저희가 어떻게 저 위에 때 고민보다 보냐.
근데 왼쪽
Oh, the dance move.
고민하다 가는
Yeah,
The
but
floss move.
I mean, seriously,
Hey, you wouldn't know that at first glance.
no.
천재인가 봐.
Jimin's amazed.
Yeah,
I,
진영 잘 그리네.
Jen draws well.
Sugar.
Another facetious comment.
전정국.
Thank you.
미소. 비세요.
Smile.
I'm sure there's more to that.
Teeth. Gum.
전우고 윗입술.
Upper lips.
What in the world?
박민정.
치아 교정.
Wearing braces.
전정국.
Teeth smile.
치아 미소. 땡.
전우고.
Gum smile.
정답.
Gummy
Ah,
smile.
that would be
Sugar.
sugar.
Well, it's gummy smile.
Yes.
짱이지.
I'm like,
더 사람 그릴 것 같아.
Sugar was entertaining this episode.
A circle with two eyes.
You, it hadn't even started.
아, 박민정.
It's not over yet.
Y'all have to chill for just a second.
Eyes. Wrong.
So it wasn't even. It wasn't even.
박민정. 박민정.
박민정.
A snowman.
전우고.
전정국. 눈사람. 땡.
A snowman. Wrong.
그래.
난 저거
Let him
보면
finish.
저 흥미는 뭘까?
흠이에요?
흥이에요 흥. 뭘까?
눈 게임기?
Eyes plus a person. Is that a hospital?
흥.
Is that eye doctor?
이겼습니다.
He's pissed off.
전정국.
게임을 빌려달랬는데 게임을
땡.
빌려주지
전정국.
않아서
전정국.
음식 게임.
Timing game. That must be something they play because I didn't get that.
Maybe.
Buy that. That's a book.
전정국.
박민정. 전우고. 박민정.
Well, it could also be.
Bread.
전정국 삼겹살.
Pork belly meat.
다안 그렸어.
I didn't finish it, he said.
뭘 그리는지.
Look at his book. It's a book.
요새 유행어입니다.
It's a buzzword.
종이보가. 정답.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know what that was either. How come it's yes, yes?
안 되겠다. 큰일 났다.
We should do something, Jimmy. We should do something.
이 정도 세계지도. 아니야. 뭔가 그게.
It's kind of hard when you can't discern whatever this
박민정.
poor drawing is.
땡.
No
박민정
offense.
세계지도. 땡.
아메리칸 누구?
American continent. No, it's Canada.
나공 알지.
Oh, Antarctica.
아, 박민정. 아메리카노. 정답.
America. So it's supposed to be America?
형 그림 잘
I mean, it like he highlighted Canada.
아메리카노.
Okay, I guess it is. But that, yeah, what was the X?
맞춘 나를 칭찬해야 되는 거 아니야? 나 맞춘 거 내가 맞췄어.
You need to praise me. I got it.
He wanted hugs.
Poor Jen.
박민정.
Popcorn,
땡.
박민정.
fried rice.
땡.
What about scrambled eggs or an omelet?
Do they even eat scrambled eggs?
Yes, they do, and they eat omelets.
끝나다.
You think about fried rice and fried rice?
It's not a draw. Oh yeah, soybean pasta stew,
양대창.
grilled tripe,
Fast food?
뭐야?
a unicorn.
박민정. 계란찜. 정답.
There you go.
와우.
아 잠깐 어떻게?
I actually have a recipe for steamed egg, and it looks really good.
닭입니다.
Easy way to make an omelet.
How is it? Looked like a freaking unicorn. I wasn't looking at the cup. I wasn't looking at the cup.
And then
Okay,
that was chicken.
okay. Maybe the chicken should have come first.
사람이 나왔어요.
자 사람이
Then it goes to differ. What comes first, chicken or the egg?
I think the chicken was just dropped here on Earth.
Yes. Mic drop. That was a good
Thought.
yes.
진짜 모르겠다. 야 저게 뭘까?
손잡이인데 저거.
Looks like a handle. Okay, that was like
어웨이크?
it was like
박민정.
Fire?
no, that's like isn't that like Jungkook? The muscular look. I'm angry.
황정.
전정구.
박민정.
황정.
전정구. 너의 같이. 전정구. 땡.
황정.
전정구. 김석진. 요리. 요리야 김석진.
Cooking Kim Seokjin.
황정. 아! 황정. 황정 아는데.
말해 그러면. 주문진. 땡. 뚝딱진. 뚝진.
I'm confused as to.
전정구. 빌리진. 땡.
Billie Jean.
땡.
That's one guess if I ever heard one.
I'm telling you, that was
황정
hilarious.
카메라?
땡.
Camera?
Oh, he said that's supposed to be Jin, and Jin cooks. Or it's him eating.
What's he pointing at?
You're not playing at anything!
박민정 제작진.
Production team. Who's the production team?
그래서 다 표정들이 그랬구나.
Okay. Production team. I think you have to be on Jin's level with that.
I have no idea how it's supposed to be the production team unless the production team is aggressive
나 진짜 제대로 한다.
and drinks coffee.
전정구 마라톤. 정답.
Marathon.
전정구 대학교.
University.
Good God.
마지막 문제 드립니다. 마지막 문제요?
Headphones, isn't it?
오케이. 땡.
Pickaxe.
박민정 난너 국격자 본다.
Sickle.
땡이지.
Does look like a sickle.
Well, look at that!
난너 기억자 모른다. 아, 나는
Do
형이
not
나
know
때릴
from a
줄 알았어.
sickle.
그래서 나 달력 그릴 줄 알고 기다리고 있어.
Who's waiting for?
Interesting turn of events.
So they're tied at this point, guys.
와 이거 진짜 옛날 반.
이번 게임으로
Okay, blue flag, white flag.
와우.
가야지.
Alright, they're tied up.
가져갈 수 있습니다.
가야지. 그럴 일은 없습니다.
정팀 이렇게 파이팅 넘쳐야 되지 않겠습니까?
저희는 뭐
저는 솔직히
저희가 팀워크가 맞지 않아요. 저희 뭐 손 잡는 것도
That's why you make a triangle with your
우리의
hands.
팀워크를 보여주죠.
Or square.
모든 건 우연이야.
Jimin. V. He don't know who to give a handshake to.
V is on a different plane. You have to appreciate V. Okay.
He's so eccentric.
왜 웃어? 왜?
His dimple was so cute.
우리의 귀여움에 이렇게 웃음이 나올 수
Okay.
있는 우리 사이좋은
Where's dimples?
자, 그럼
You have
시작하도록
the dimple.
하겠습니다.
Okay.
게임을 시작하도록 하는데 본인 얼굴은 때리지 마세요.
Alright, this is. I couldn't do this. I'm sorry.
I'd probably stab my eye out knowing my look.
성기 올려.
성기 올려. 성기 또 올려. 백기 올려. 백기 내려.
백기 올리고 백기 또 올려.
남준이 느린데.
누구 느렸는데?
야 속도가 삭삭삭. 주민이야.
You need to play faster.
주민이 야.
He's happy that you was saying that.
백기 올리고 청기 내리지 마.
Alright, sorry. Jin, get it together.
Shouldn't he be facing
백기
them?
올리고 백기 흔들어.
Well, I think production team will get them anyway. Or
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
watching.
성기 올려. 성기 올려. 성기 올려. 성기
Their
내려.
voices sound
백기
really
내려.
weird when they
백기
speed it
내려.
up.
백기 내려.
청기 올리고 백기 내려. 청기 올리고 백기 가만히 있어.
Keep the white one still.
올렸어요? 올렸어.
내리는 게 늦었어.
오케이. 청 내려. 청기 내려. 청기 내려. 청기 내려. 청기 내려. 청기 내리지 마. Let's go.
He shouldn't have been given a second chance when they said to play faster.
Yeah.
He should have already have been taken out because they already told you the second time. You usually don't get a second chance with a production team, so
no.
that was a little bit of a interesting. He got a second chance.
Yeah, that's them sort of kind of bending the rules, which is a lot of times what she and I fuss about. It's not the guy's fault. It's the production team, the directors or whatever who choose to ebb and flow with the rules of games.
Or Jen as the MC. I mean, sometimes he's very indecisive who he wants to
Exactly.
give
So
some leniency
there's
to.
there's some things that just seem off a lot of times, and that's what she and I are always griping about.
And the thing is, it ain't because of any favoritism. It's just all in fairness.
Just unfair. I mean, because we've seen Sugar before be like, you know, he wanted cheaters disqualified from the game. You haven't seen it yet, but we, you know.
Well, yeah, because...
Did we see it already?
Yeah, episode 33.
Oh,
34.
my bad. 33 and 34. Sugar said he wanted cheaters out. He didn't want to live in an unfair society or something.
Yeah, he wanted them to have points deducted or
Exactly.
anything.
No cheating. So we're the same one. Let's just keep it across
So
the
if
board.
you give a warning, typically what happens with when it comes to police officers pulling you over for speeding, you get one warning.
On a good day.
On a good day, you get one warning, and after that, never again. So that should work the same way here. You get a warning if it wasn't mentioned. Now you hear about it.
Okay, so everybody else should get a warning as well if they screw up.
Well, the thing
Right?
is, they heard that you can't be slow. So if anybody else is slow after that first point, then including him, they can't because they already heard it.
Okay, so let's go with it.
So no, you shouldn't have been given a second chance.
And this is hard for me, honestly. I couldn't do it because they're up and down and waving and all kinds of stuff.
That's the things. I think the others on the side have to catch it as well as the production team.
하나, 둘, 셋.
사랑스러운 눈빛인데? 사랑스러운
Why are they?
It's too. I don't know.
Okay.
Is it the stair thing?
I don't know.
전기 내려. 전기 내려. 전기 내려. 전기 올려. 전기 올려. 전기 올려.
백기 내려. 백기 올려.
Sugar's close to hitting himself in the head with the blue one.
He's totally focused.
전기 올려. 전기 올려. 전기 올리지 말고 백기 내려.
Oh, hey, Ray, raise the blue one instead of lowering the white one.
멋이 아니야 이 정도면? 어쩌다 보니까 이렇게 됐네.
잘하네.
다른 사람 게임만
호명이가 금방 호명이가 끝낼 수 있는 거 아니야 지금?
Alright, come on, baby. Let's see what you can do.
자, 갑니다.
기대를 저버리지 않을까.
전기로 별 그리고 백기 가만히 있어. 전기 하트 그려. 백기로 하트 그려. 전기로 하트 3개 그리고 백기로 하트 2개 그려. 전기 내려. 백기 올려.
야야 백기 내렸어.
He didn't pay attention.
Oh.
야, 너 다 이겼어.
아 미안해요 어떡하지?
Like I say, it's a hard game.
And the thing is, Jen is talking.
The next game. Alright, so guys, this is my most favorite part of this whole 2-part episode. The last game, which is, what was it? Screaming in the
Shouting in silence.
Shouting in silence. Love this, hilarious, and my shirt is based on a line in here. So, without further ado, let's watch this because I think this is just the funniest thing ever.
어디 가든 직접.
Okay, so if you hadn't noticed, they have on headphones. But actually, under the headphones, they actually have something else in their
Music
ears.
is blasting.
Okay, so there's something in their ears, they got music blasting, and they're going to have to read each other's lips. Okay? And the last person, which is Jen, will try to read the lips and say the word.
Basically, the thing is, it's kind of like the saying where things can get strewed depending on how many people it's gone through. Because really, you can have an original story and it's changed every person it goes along with.
As it goes along, it can change.
So basically, this is the same thing. If they can't read the lips, it'll change as it goes, and then Jen will just get a screwed up sentence.
Exactly. So it's sort of kind of that, but it's there's a fun spin on it, obviously. But yeah, it's funny because we did this one time a long time ago in Bible school when I was really young. There's a huge circle of us. Obviously, there's not a huge circle then, but there is only 4 of them. Okay. And the person, which is going to be Jungkook this time, is going to give them a word, and they're going to try to shout the word, but the person that's going to be looking is reading the lips, okay? And they're going to pass the word down, and then Jen is supposed to hopefully get the correct word. You'll see, amazingly, how these things change. It's a hoot. It really is a hoot.
처음 보면 형이 뒤돌아서 있어야 돼요.
Okay, and then Jungkook was confused in the beginning.
Now, he wasn't told that he needed to.
Yeah, he wasn't told.
롤러코스터.
They're like, no, you got to show him the word.
아 이걸 보여줘야지.
He's like, oh, total mistake.
Yeah.
Okay.
아 지민이 형 반 상관없어.
That's where communication comes in.
롤러코스터.
Oh,
롤러코스터.
And they roll their R's. Yes. So
love the rolling
that's
Rs.
why it's well, considering that she's part Hispanic, she's used to rolling the R's, and they roll R's as well. So it would be really hard to mouth that because you can't really mouth.
Really, depending that it's a foreign word, and even though they know the word, they themselves are used to a language of different tongue twisting than Americans and even Brits, because they have that word as well. It's kind of hard to discern how they're supposed to move their mouth to it.
But yeah, when you try to make the word with your mouth, you really can't do a rolling sound, like okay.
Yeah.
So it becomes really interesting. But seriously, this is hilarious. You're gonna love it.
And the thing is you and this is one thing I have to say is when you do things with opening your mouth and somebody has to read your lips, you have to be very still. Because they won't be able to tell if you're doing a T or an S or an L, because a lot of it is based on tongue motion, and if you're bouncing up and down, they can't discern what type of motion it is.
It sort of kind of, I guess, distracts from just being able to read those motions.
See, because you have to stay like this, and you'd be able to tell what I'm saying versus me doing this.
Moving around, and you'll see what we're talking about, okay?
You almost can't do that.
They get sort of kind of happy when they're doing some of them.
Because that was one thing that was mentioned to me, because I've taken an American Sign Language class in college. I'm still trying to practice my vocabulary, my words. He even said himself, because he was actually a deaf man, he said that you cannot move like this when you're communicating, and neither, because for the fact that you have to use your hands and your mouth and expressions, and you going like this is very distracting.
It would be really distracting, and you wouldn't even know if that was part of what you were trying to say. So if you ever see somebody, like when the president gives a speech, or somewhere where there could possibly be people who are hearing impaired, they're very
still,
right.
And you see everything.
And you can, so that's them enunciating. So when you're trying to mouth words to somebody, you cannot be
all over the place. You have to stay still, and not still like a brick, but you have to at least where they can see everything evenly without going like this.
Exactly. And you'll see what we're talking about. It's like I say, it's really funny, but they get so excited.
They get so excited, especially Sugar.
He does really get excited. Hobie gets so excited about stuff. They all are very, very comical and oh God, I can't even think of the word. They're very out there with the way they do things, and it's almost like a whole body thing. I mean,
they react with their entire body.
I mean, they really do. So, I mean,
that's the fun part.
I'm a person that if you ever tied my hands behind my back, I may not be able to say anything.
Yeah, and I think most of them pretty much talk with their hands. I think Sugar's a little less with hand talking than the rest of them, but you can tell when he talks with his hands.
There's some hand motion going on.
There's something. That's part of expression.
Okay, so roller coaster. Okay, Sugar's not sure. Let's see where he goes.
See, now he didn't know what it was, so now it's completely skewed. See, and he's going up and down. See, that would be distracting.
Right.
And the hand like this.
And then, and he's moving.
You have to enunciate. Now, he did it just a tad better there, where he opened his mouth a little wider and enunciated.
Song franchise.
And Paul J looks so confused.
He don't know. Because it makes no sense.
Mudfish. Hey, make sure.
Okay. Okay. So, let's just go ahead and make a point to this. Okay. At the end of Hobie's phrase, at the end of it, he did do a wiggle. Okay. I think even Jimin did the wiggle.
He did the wiggle.
But they, like we say, they do move a lot when they're talking. I don't really think that tipped Jen off to what the word was. But let's pay attention to the actions here, because this is going to be sort of kind of argued that that's what told Jim what it was, is because Hobie made this fish motion.
And this is part of my problem is, and we've already discussed, and really, if you can't see who really debates this and you're blind, but there's certain members who like to debate a lot.
Right. They'll debate when somebody wins. even when you could tell it was sort of a fair win. They all do this at some point or another. It's really sort of kind of frustrating
and very irritating.
So when we're going to start debating these things, and this is going to be a debate here, and Hobie is clueless. He don't know what the heck he's done.
He was just dancing.
Yeah, he's Hobie. He's, what do we call him? Like the sunshine pumper. Okay.
I mean, he moves with his body entirely. Did you not see the last episode we just viewed?
Yes.
He immediately is up and going.
He's very animated in his motions and his gestures and his body. All of them are really animated, but Hobie is really, really, really animated. And that's just Hobie's thing. But let's just watch this move forward a little bit.
And you'll see why we think that he wasn't doing a fish dance.
He wasn't trying to give it away. That just happened to be his little wiggle jiggle.
Well, I'm saying because it'll happen again. And
yes,
see
exactly.
That basically, this is why we're pointing that out.
Right.
행동은 제육 씨 행동하시면 안 됩니다. 이건 그렇다 치고.
Okay.
이거 하시면
You can't do this. He says.
He wasn't pointing that it was a fish.
Look, he's so confused. Don't use the body language.
He wasn't using body language.
Okay, so they didn't count it against him, but they acted like that was the only reason they got it. Now look at Hobie.
See, look, he's already moving.
He's just, yeah.
I love the little animals on top of this.
Yes.
The little headphones.
I'm not so sure, he says here.
Oh, Jim. Travis game.
종종나루?
Oh, Hobie's got a ladybug on his.
종종날주가 뭐야? 종종날주? 종종날주?
Tribe number of days.
종날수. 종종날수?
So it's totally off what was said.
노조 탈출.
Labor union escape.
It's all about the lip reading. Okay, we're exchanging again.
Alright.
쉬워요. 이거 쉬워요. 이거 쉬워요.
잘생겼다. 잘생겼다.
잘생겼네.
잘생겼다.
잘생겼네. 잘생겼네.
내 가수하러 왔는데 그거까지 알아야 되니?
잘생겼네.
See, he's nodding his head still. You have to keep
Right.
your head still when you do it.
It is a little distracting. Okay, so
얘가 못하네. 얘가 못해. 얘가 못해.
Hubby, don't say that.
연애. 잘생겼다.
Now we'll go back. Just to point it out, and let me see if I can figure out how to do the slow mo. There should be something.
playback speed. Let's just
Playback
right
speed.
there.
All right, so when we get there, all right.
잘생겼다.
Now we're gonna do the playback speed. Just
That's normal. Is that gonna speed it up or slow it down?
slow it down.
잘생겼네.
No, no, you sped that booger up.
Okay, so it's up here. Okay.
Now
Now,
you gotta get backwards. Okay.
okay, whoa.
Holy schmackle. Okay, watch the mouth.
Watch Hubby's mouth.
잘생겼네.
All right. Now we're gonna go back to normal. Just for a second. Now you saw his mouth movements, right?
잘생겼다.
Okay.
잘생겼네. 잘생겼네.
내 가수하러 왔는데 그거까지 알아야 되니?
잘생겼네.
오케이, 좋다.
So you're totally.
잘생겼네.
And now, that's not what Jimmy gets.
얘가 못해. 얘가
Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down, even though it's gonna be a little bit of a distance.
Okay, so watch Jimin's mouth.
Same mouth movements.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Even though he said something completely different.
I mean, because I was in a psychology class in my last year of high school, and part of the psychology studying, I guess, would be the fact that if you hear, like, for example, if you were to listen to a video and you hear only static, right? Mm-hmm. If a person was to tell you after you've listened to this video static, they say, all right, now when you listen to it, hear the word apple. Your mind will psychologically picture the word apple, so then suddenly you hear the word apple in that context. Now, and another thing, here's mouth movements. Here's like ba, 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 and it's ah, ah, ah. Now, you would look and you'd be able to not be able to tell which one they're saying because of how their mouth is positioned.
Right.
So, same mouth movements, really,
Same.
if you're not hearing it.
Even if it's not the same word, the mouth movement was exactly the same.
And you can picture whatever you hear just based on what you're looking at. You don't got to hear it. It looks a certain way.
It's going to look a certain way. And this happens actually a couple of times, okay? So put that on regular mode.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was ba, and ma. You can't tell the difference between ma and ba because even though it's the same movement, really.
Right.
So, let's go ahead and get this back to normal.
And he got it right.
Yeah, he got it right because of the mouth movements.
And see, they're blown away by that.
But, same mouth movements.
Then we get Hobie. He's not a good player.
He spoke a little too soon there.
Exactly.
Even though he didn't get the right word, he got the right mouth movements. Streusel bread.
천천히. 오보. 오보랑 방. 소보로빵. Okay.
Now here's where we say literally.
소보로빵.
Just
자자자.
doing a jig.
It's like, go ahead, make sure you got it. Please hear me twice.
소보로빵.
Jig out of the little too. He's like, what?
소보로빵.
There you go.
And I just want to say, just on a side note, okay, this is my thing, okay. Some people enunciate and pronounce things differently, and you will notice the different variations in their pronunciations of some of the same words. And I think it's just really interesting, and that's just basically what part of South Korea they're from, sort of kind of like
the region.
Right. We're from the South, and people up north speak very differently than us. And I think it's just really fascinating to see the differences in how they pronounce things. I was just going to throw that out there.
Last thing is I think from the region that Hovey's in, he's more into the west or it's the north. I can't remember which one it was, but I know Jimin and Suga are more to the south.
Right.
So they're going to have a similar pronunciation.
So they're going to be sort of country.
They're going to be country.
Southerners. Which are we?
And then, even though Jungkook did not inhabit as much of the southern accent as Jimin did, they're basically the country folk from what I saw. They're the country people of South Korea.
And it's just really, I just love to hear it because, you know, one of the one that they were saying a few minutes ago, some Singhatha or something, one was yeah, one of them was Thay and one of them was Tha or something. Tha and Thay. And it's just, I just love to hear the differences because it is going to tell you which part or which region of South Korea they come from. Even though I know it is, it's very different. And I just think it's great. I love to listen to the differences.
맞았나? Sorry, bad.
Now that was a little too much to that word. It's skate.
And they're using the English word.
They're using the English word, but it's like this. Skate.
He added like extra consonants or vowels or something to it.
He added this. He said S-K-E-T.
Exactly.
That would make him think it was a longer word than the short skate.
Exactly. And they really got thinking it had to be sk. So nobody's going to see the k in the back.
Yeah.
So they're just going to make it difficult.
There you go. It's a short word, not that long. See, that made it way longer.
Dried herb soup? Serendipity?
Ask Jim and he'll
Trash pack.
Now, here's what's wrong with that one. Now, Hobie is doing good with the opening his mouth enough to see, but he's moving his head everywhere, including the twisting and then turning away somewhat.
Right.
You can't do that. Jimin has to focus on your mouth.
And when your mouth is moving.
The thing is when you turn sideways, you can't completely see in a person's mouth, so you can't tell if it's their tongue or it's their teeth.
Right. And you can't see the part either.
No.
쓰레기 빼. 쓰레기 빼.
Yes, trash pack.
쓰레기 팩.
기레기 빼.
Centipede.
할 거야. 네.
It sounds the same like the English word.
빼.
Actually.
지네 기빼. 쓰레기 빵.
Trash pan. Look, he was so confused.
Yeah, that was confusing. Okay. Okay. My shirt's about to come up. This is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, and as soon as I saw it and I found out there were shirts for it, I had to have one.
You were like half crying and laughing at this.
Well, she told me there had been like actually a Christmas sweater
that was named after it.
That was named after it, and that's what I was looking for.
Which I'm still looking for a Christmas sweater.
I couldn't find it. Okay, so I ended up with a shirt, and I'm very proud of my shirt. And I shouldn't have got a white shirt because white shirts and I do not get along. I have one nonetheless. I love the shirt. But this is the part, the carbonara or carbonara.
But I think during Christmas season, because they were available during Christmas, I think ever since this episode. So I think during Christmas season, I'm going to try and get us one. You want red or green?
I look better in red.
I guess we'll both be getting red.
Yes. Carbonara.
까르보나라.
Carbonara.
까르보나라. 토니 몬타나? 까르보나라.
라츠몬다라.
La chimolada.
보나라.
라지볼라라.
They had a whole song on that. Now hold on. We got to go back. Just for a second.
까르보나라.
Okay, so let's go back for just a second to see Hobie's movements. Because we don't really get to see it when he's talking to Jimin. Alright, so just a second.
까르보나라.
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Now, Hobie. Carbonara.
Okay.
Now-
Same mouth movement.
Now, it looks a certain way. Now, you have that in your mind of what it looks like.
까르보나라. 토니 몬타나? 까르보나라.
라츠몬다라.
La chimolada.
보나라.
라지볼라라.
얘를 처음으로 보네.
Okay, now, hold on just a second. I'm sorry, I'm having to do this, but you get my point. He's confused. Not getting it. Yeah, I feel your pain. Now, Jimin, y'all show us real quickly.
라.
Thanks, Jim.
모.
Nah.
라.
Same mouth
Same
movements.
mouth movements.
Different word.
Different word. Now, that's the thing. When you can't hear it, your mind will trick you. But it's the same mouth movements. So
Exactly.
you can picture it as being carbonara. Or
Same.
it's carbonara.
So go back and let's show Jimin at least saying it in regular mode.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do,
Yeah, let's just go to the start.
let's go to the start again.
All right.
까르보나라.
Tongue and everything. Mouth movement.
까르보나라. 토니 몬타나? 까르보나라.
라츠몬다라.
까르보나라.
라지볼라라.
얘를 처음으로 보네.
지금 여기 보내?
라지모라.
Same mouth movements.
지민이 형이 그거 못해.
까르보나라.
Yeah, you saw the same mouth movements for all three. Even
Exactly.
though Jimin had a different word, same mouth movements, including the tongue, everything. It's
Exactly.
the same.
It's really funny.
It's not that hard to understand.
No.
And also the fact that they said he's poor at this and literally Jin got it right.
Jin still got it right. Doesn't matter.
Every time they said that, they got it right.
Jin would get it right. Exactly.
That was almost like a little bit of a wake-up call.
Exactly.
That's just how things work.
난 솔직히 뭔지 모르겠는데.
대박이다 근데.
그 진영이
Okay.
진짜 눈치가.
양대 판매.
Two
Two
mountains.
mountains.
양대 선배.
그러니까 말이 되는 거라.
Look at Sugar.
You get so excited.
산맥.
Now that's a little too much of the mouth of the head movement.
Yes.
양대산맥.
아 입모양만 똑같이 할게요. 한 번만
Let's do it one more time.
양대산맥.
See, now he's going like this, so Jimin can't discern if he's doing more teeth or more tongue, or how the tongue is positioned to get an S or a T or a K. You can't discern because he's going up and down, and you can only see so much when you go up with your mouth.
Now he's not even saying it, he's just
He don't
mouthing it.
진짜 진짜.
Really? If he guessed right.
Oh. Jin in his face.
Basic meal.
양대산맥.
Two mountains. Basic meal.
양대산맥.
Two mountains plus.
무슨 백발이죠?
Basic meal is good.
리.
Ribbon
Good
taste.
taste.
맛. 야. 아유 너.
Now
That was the last one.
Yeah,
for
that was
them,
the last
wasn't
one.
it? Okay.
But one thing I have an issue with, now I'm sure we'll probably say this in other episodes, when somebody's doing a challenge and you haven't been in that position, you can't make a claim of anything
Right.
until you've actually done it.
Don't judge until you've done it to see how hard it's going to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't be that way. You have to. You just say, you got this. You got this. Even if you're on a different team,
Exactly.
still encourage them.
Exactly. And you'll see why.
You'll see why in a second. And like I said, it's not bias of any kind. You can't judge before
you've been in that position.
Before you've done it.
와 박지민 진짜.
I mean, just getting a word from somebody that's written, that's
He
different.
wasn't bad at
He
it.
wasn't bad.
진영이 완전 다시 살렸어.
I mean, it's like I said, it depends that Hobie was going like this, and that's just a little hard to discern if you can't hear anything. And he was only limited to what Hobie was saying.
Exactly.
And Suga did this. So
Yeah.
Hobie was able to get the word. Now, like I said, not against Hobie, but
Right.
that's what Jimmy had to work with. So he wasn't poor at it. He just did what he could.
라, 지, 뭐, 라.
He's got a little duck on his with him.
Right.
보,
I think he's got a little chicken too.
I think he does too.
Those are so cute.
Okay, geranium? Was that supposed to be geranium?
I think.
Germanium.
Germanium.
But it's supposed to be geranium.
Now,
I think.
you see here. Now, like I said, it's not favoritism issues. Alright, so Jim is just giving the word. Now, the one who was making the most comments about how Jimmy was poor at this, or how they should have done this and shouldn't have done that, but yet
He had not been there yet.
he's getting the word, and it's not getting it from another person's mouth movements.
Right.
So he took the easy position, but yet you talked a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I don't like that very much.
They were
Thought you were going to show us how good you were.
Boy, he's really moving.
Now that's a little too much. When you do your mouth like this, you can't see much, can you? In that little tiny gap. No. So you can't really do that. And he's going like this.
Moving
Now the thing
a lot,
is,
yeah.
body language and facial expressions is going to be a distraction.
Right.
She'll have a clear face and stay still like Sugar was, and say the word slowly and enunciate what you're saying.
And no hand signals.
No hand signals. And
No
it'll
body or hand signals.
It'll be said again later.
We'll see.
See, look. All that is very distracting.
자, 네.
Yeah, turn around.
우리 안 돼. 끝났어.
They already excited.
아이, 마, 아이야, 아이 박스.
See how difficult it is? And they were all saying this and that and this and that, and it's very difficult to
It is
get it from
difficult.
somebody who's moving. Who could have thunk it?
섬, 아이, 맛, 아이,
I think they gave him the wrong one. They should have given Cookie the bunny. There's a bunny on his. There's a bunny on his. Cookie, you should have taken the bunny.
Eye box.
야, 진짜 안 그래.
Yeah, you can't hear anything. How difficult that is.
박스.
Let's not do this.
파, 지, 말, 지.
Bless him, he's so confused.
Yeah.
바꾸자.
Yeah, it's like, no, let's switch out. Okay.
나도
Strong glue.
Jimmy was making it hard on them.
아니 이게 너무 편향된 거 아니에요?
Well, you were kind of rude.
Yeah, let's try this out.
5글자야 제발.
5 letters, please. No, don't tell nobody nothing now.
그래요?
Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed.
No.
So hand movements, but you're going to tell them how many letters it is or how
Yeah.
many syllables.
You can't do that.
You shouldn't be able to do
And they
that.
should have called him on that. It's not fair. They weren't telling letters before.
But this is their producers we're talking about.
Right.
So now he's doing a lot of movements, and he's
Right.
no. You can't tell me that you'd be able to figure what I would be saying.
오케이.
Yeah, turn around.
Yep.
Y'all were immediately pushing us to go.
모르겠어.
I don't know.
He's saying, I don't know. Yes. You don't know?
모르겠어.
The mouth. I don't know.
모르겠어. 진짜
He said, I don't know.
You really don't
know? No.
모르겠어. 모르겠어.
He said, I don't know.
오케이. 크게 하면 안 돼.
They're sweet little doe eyes. They're just like so confused.
모르겠어.
I don't know.
르겠어. 모르겠어.
You got it right, but not actually the word. That was
Right.
라라라라라.
Electric pad.
All right, now they switch positions.
전. 지.
전기,
장,
장,
판.
전기장판.
Now, here's the difference. Even though he did get the word, there's a huge difference between how V did it and he did it. V enunciated so slowly and so well, he was able to pick up what it was.
Exactly.
Versus this. That is a lot to focus on versus enunciating like
But
that.
you know, Jungkook, when he was trying to read what RM was saying, RM was doing this.
Yeah,
Jungkook started doing this too.
Yeah, because that's the only way you'd be able to see it is if you were on the same level as they
Right.
were to see the mouth clearly.
Exactly.
See, now, there's a difference there.
Exactly.
If he was to get somebody like himself doing it, I'm sure it'd be a little more difficult.
And it would be very difficult.
천,
I have to be a little
전,
soft.
전, 기,
장,
장, 판, 전기장판.
See, he's still hopping, and Jungkook had to hop with him in order to get it.
기, 장, 판, 전기장판. 전, 기.
Yeah, he was doing a little hopping too, so that was
Yeah.
a little harder for Jin to discern.
와,
Wrong pronunciation. Wrong pronunciation? What's that? Electric salted fish. Isn't that the electric pad? Okay. Unsteady plan.
3일밖에 못
Short lived yourself for 3 days.
Stop.
심,
아 그거 설명하면 안 돼.
3, 1.
작심삼일.
Like he was acting.
That's the only way. See, and the thing is, enunciating very well, and he's not.
Yeah, he's not giving clues, but it's so funny he has to use his hands. It's hilarious. I'm the same way. I really am. I try to sit with my arms crossed when I'm talking on these things, but
That's the thing. There's a huge difference between what V's doing and what RM's doing. Now, RM is doing a bunch of hand motions that could point out to something.
what it is exactly.
See, look.
작심삼일.
오케이. 고추장 자리. 오케이. 네 글자가
Yeah,
아, 너네 다 바꿨다, 야.
honey, you've been whacked in the head like Jungkook did Jin in episode 34.
잠자.
Dragonfly.
리. 잠.
Just say slow and then speed it up.
리. 잠. 자. 리. 어려워. 안 들려.
Yeah, now you're in that position. Now you know how hard it is.
It's hard. 007. Bang.
그 모음
오.
똑같은 게 두 개 나오는 게 어렵다.
Look, we done got tired.
I feel him. My right knee has always had issues since track. If I stand too long on it, my right knee will be in pain. I'm about to sit down too.
빵. 007빵.
See, enunciating so well.
0. 7. 빵.
Now you got a little bit of hopping there.
007빵.
Now he's just gonna move
See,
his mouth.
Now, he finally has been in the position that he was complaining that Jimin was poor at what he did. Jungkook was hopping. He didn't know, so he had to just do mouth movements.
Yep. Exactly. It's hard.
You're in the same position that you were just complaining about.
Exactly. This should be easy, right?
That's that little instant karma there, and that's why you don't talk too soon.
Nah.
Yep, see?
9.
There you go.
7. 빵. 와.
Now, he did get that because it was the same mouth
Same mouth
movement.
movement.
9. 7.
That's the thing. It's hard, wasn't it?
Difficult for sure.
야.
Now, you have to thank Jin for that one.
아, 네가 올래? 네가 올래? 내가 할까?
Because I don't know if he would have gotten it if he was to be
잘
at
맞-
the end,
잘 맞춘대.
like Jin was.
Yeah.
Jin's a master at reading lips.
Dancing
이
machine.
정도는 할 수 있을 거야, 그지? 땡싱 머신.
딸기 먹기.
Look, he has figured it is so hard to be in that position. Now he has to get the written word.
Yes.
아이 좀 그만 와봐.
But yeah, he's figured out that it's too difficult to be in that position.
딸기
So
먹기.
땡싱 머신.
he's going to his original position, the easy position.
날. 기. 이. 벙. 벌. 지. 딸기 먹기. 뭐 날이 뭔데? 딸기 먹기. 날. 이. 뭐. 지. 날이 뭐지? 날이 뭐지? 딸!
Strawberry machine.
뭐! 신!
He's so confused. Like his eyes are just.
아 전혀
Did I do this
모르겠다.
right?
아 태영이 이거 할 수
He
있을 것
can't
같아.
do this. What was the word?
딸.
Calendar. Run calendar?
라
달력 뭐?
달려라
달력해.
방탄
Run BTS.
달려라
Ah.
방탄.
그렇지.
달려라 방탄.
Poor old V.
Okay.
Left hanging.
Look, he's so
달려라
confused.
방탄.
달려라 방탄!
Now you should have done that. You.
Yep, got the motion.
뭐가 안 돼요?
라!
It'll
Happy
hit.
fight.
방탄!
Don't you move.
달려라 방탄! 달! 여! 라! 방! 탄!
There you go.
맞았어.
Alright, let's switch it again.
블루베리.
빌유베리.
그러니까
베리라고 해야 돼? 꼭?
형이 잘하지.
Oh, you trying to say an English word?
Yes.
빌루베리.
오케이.
블루베리.
Blueberry.
오케이.
Okay.
정국이 자신 없어서 작아지고
배.
배!
You should have just said it in one fell swoop.
No hand motions.
Yeah.
No hand motions.
배.
Now here's a way to solve that. If it's a little bit of a longer word, slowly put it on CA and then speed it up.
Right. Don't
So
break
they
it
get,
up.
So they get it a little bit in their heads, like this motion. Oh, and you say it in a fast motion, and they recognize it.
Yeah.
We're psychology people.
오케이.
Yes, move along.
블루베리.
Okay. Blueberry.
필!
With a gesture.
She's so confused.
필! 필! 우!
B.
배!
Bad.
기!
Gee.
7! 전!
Adversity.
8! 기! 와!
And it was just, I'm telling you.
대박이다 진짜.
What James like? Wait.
Did I get it right?
형님!
The right team lost.
축하드립니다. 또 이제 전국이 컴퓨터를 누가 갔냐를 정해야
Because
돼.
that flag went off.
제가 어느 팀인지도 아직 나오지 않았어요.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be doing
나도 치고 싶은데 나 누가
a tiny something to figure out who the person who gets the penalty
우승
is.
소감 한 명 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
일단
And they gotta figure out who's getting the computer too.
엄두가 안 났어요.
근데 저 말고
저 말고
또 누군가
They said it will be sure.
더 오래 걸려. 바다를 간다는
Jungle keeps it though.
너무 행복합니다.
행복해요.
너무 행복해요. 개인적으로 이제 휴가에 갔으면 좋겠어요.
아 휴가 맨날
Personally, we'll sugar to go.
집어넣습니다.
휴가에 갔으면
Because they think that Jungkook chose mountain climbing, which we don't know.
아 저는
Because I don't remember.
마음 편하게
Oh, he chose the ocean.
게임 했습니다. 게임 했어요. 자 비씨 빵.
저는 산과 바다 중에서 이게 더 좋습니다.
아 참고하겠습니다. 앞으로 벌칙이 있으면 무조건 산을 보내겠습니다.
근데 바다 구경한 거 제일 좋네요.
I don't watch this thing.
지인과 함께한 방탄 골든벨 어떠셨나요?
어서 빨리
형 진짜
진영이
고생했어요.
누구 팀인지 알고 싶네요.
아마 진영
게임이 굉장히 많은데
저쪽 팀인 것
너무
같아요.
고생했고
아, 감사합니다.
일단 무엇보다
아, 그래,
궁금한 게 진영이 어떤 팀인가인 것 같아요. 진영 앞에 서시고 저희가 뒤에서 공개하겠습니다.
자 그렇지 일단
네, 이거
진영이
바꾸기 찬스 있나요?
잠깐 자 진짜 보자.
네?
궁금해서.
아니야 바꾸기
Let me see. I'm so curious.
그러니까 우리가 펼치고 바꾸기 찬스 해야지.
근데 형 그래
Their facial expressions back.
네 이대로 가.
Jim's already done.
Oh, so Jen's got to decide if he's going to participate? Is that what's going on?
아니 형 그냥
솔직하게
바꿔요.
하자. 진영 너무 고생했는데.
I don't remember the rules of this game, but it's similar to the one that Suga did at the end of the Tomato song, where he had to figure out, I guess, which team he was going to be on. I guess.
Right.
펼쳐
Okay.
그대로 가겠습니다. 그대로. 자
형이 펼치세요. 그럼 가져와서. 형 가져와서 펼치세요.
잠깐만 아직 안 봤어.
빨리 가져가.
I'm telling you, I would never participate in a punishment if I didn't have to.
아직 안 봤어.
Unless he just chose a team.
It might have been on a sheet of paper. He picked it.
던지야!
So he's safe from the penalty.
I'm very confused if he chose it or did he not choose it.
I think what he did was he chose a piece of paper. Maybe one said which team he was going to be on.
Okay.
형 너무 고생했는데 바꾸라고 얘기해요.
야 그냥 가. 이 프로그램 보고 있는 아미 여러분들 너무 감사드리고 그리고 지금 멀리서 지켜보고 계시는 방석 PD님 감사합니다.
월치가 어떻게 해요 월치?
What's the punishment?
메인은 저쪽이고.
I gotta figure out who's gonna get the computer.
가위가위뽀.
갑시다.
남주아, 넌 진짜 필요 없잖아.
가위바위보.
I'm gonna get it.
이런 날도 오네.
Jim, well, you were the MC, so really, I don't think you should get the prize. That's my opinion.
But Jungkook would share anyway.
사람들이 너가 되게 기대하고 있어.
He didn't even share the new one he gets.
갑시다.
Alright, so now they're gonna do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the penalty.
셋다 등을 맞아.
Uh-oh.
가위바위보냐, 가위바위보. 자, 갑시다.
바꾸지 마라.
자, 정면 보세요, 정면 보세요.
바꾸지 마.
정면 보세요.
Jimin's nerves. Alright, so Hobie's safe.
Yep.
왜 나와?
You okay, Hobie? Alright, now it's between Sugar and Jimin.
Look at her. I think I remember who got that one.
아니야.
Hobie. That another me. Run across the room. Oh, Jimin's safe. Sugar gets the penalty. Oh, Sugar. At least they're hugging him. I put it to see. Hey, at least it's not mountain climbing.
Yeah.
상은 아래, 벌칙은 슈가. 야, 빡빡하네, 빡빡 주십시오.
Hey, at least it ain't mountain climbing.
여기는 슈퍼컴퓨터. 여기는
That's
바다
right now.
입수.
저기는 슈퍼바다.
겨울바다 입수. 요즘에 혼자서 여행 가고 싶어요.
But he didn't actually jump into it.
Now, I will say, I remember that the production team gave him a little bit of leniency and let him at least put his hand in the water and he had to
Exactly.
jump in, which is good
And-
because he actually could have gotten sick if he was to jump
Exactly,
in.
and that's the thing is when we actually saw that on something else.
It's another. I think it's one of the next episodes.
Yeah.
because it was.
I mean, really, you're not going to get them to jump in the ocean because wasn't it called like the Winter Sea or something? Or they were referring it to as the Winter Sea because it was winter? So that is the end of our Run BTS for tonight. And if you hadn't done it already, please visit our channel and hopefully there's something out there for you that interests you. Give us a thumbs up and share our videos with your friends and family members. And as always, until our next video, peace.